Hello everyone, how's it going? So today is June 7th, 9 a.m. Quite cloudy. Yeah, there's a forecast of rain later and also tomorrow. Some weather we are getting. The typhoon just passed last Wednesday. So yeah, some more rains. Actually, it's quite early to get a typhoon in June, but it was May. No, it was June. Yeah, last Wednesday. Usually from July, August, September. But anyway, yeah. So today is a Sunday, and I woke up early for some reason and went to the gym. Couldn't sleep anymore, so I went to the gym, did my workout. It was chest today, and did some legs adduction and abduction. Yeah, I usually include legs with every body part, so there is no leg day for me, no separate leg day. So yeah, but I've stopped doing biceps and triceps altogether. Once in a while, when I feel like, but I feel the arms are working anyways, doing all those weights with the back, shoulders, and chest. So yeah. Yesterday I went to see Masters of the Universe, and it was all first of all, it was overhyped in my mind. I wanted to believe that it was so, because I'm a big fan of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Being a kid from the 80s, I grew up watching He-Man. So I was very excited to go and see, and I went to the theater yesterday. And what do you guys think? Has any of you seen the movie yet? A few parts here and there were nice, but overall the movie wasn't as per my expectation. It's not that I expected too much, but He-Man, it didn't really feel like a He-Man movie. The cartoons of the 80s were much more better, and still are better, the original ones. Anyway, I think they tried, but they didn't get the plot right. The plot was just not correct. Acting was fine, but the plot wasn't. The story wasn't. So anyway, I hope they will work on it, and maybe in a couple of years, or 3-4 years, make another He-Man movie. Yeah, I just call He-Man. But yeah, anyway. So that was yesterday, and for a few days now, I have been thinking about my job, my work as an ALT. What do I really think of this work? Is it really something good, something great? Am I really doing any difference? Is Japan really working towards achieving their goal of English literacy in public schools? I think some of the Board of Educations are, because when I visited Saitama, I will say this, when I visited Saitama for an interview, they told me involuntarily that they start English education from first grade as against third in Chiba. Yeah, but what am I doing as an ALT here? What is the real purpose of an ALT? Why are there jobs for assistant language teacher? What is all this? The real goal is to bring native language to the table, bridge the cultural gap and all that. But the real purpose is to help them be fluent, or be able to pronounce the foreign language, in this case English, as it is, because the number one important thing is the pronunciation. So be it any language, whatever language you learn, the first thing they will help you learn is the way you pronounce the words, and that's what I believe is my job. So I'm there to stand beside the homeroom teacher or the Japanese teacher of English. In some schools there are Japanese teacher of English because they can speak a little bit English and they have a fair knowledge of the vocabulary. So there's a cobweb here. So yeah, so my role is to help assist the teacher, the main teacher, and help be a supporting role, play a supporting role, be very supportive of whatever they choose to teach, however they want the curriculum to flow. So yeah, but this job can be done even after you retire, is what I feel. Let me elaborate a bit on this. There are some people who are called back to work, or who after retirement, which is the legal age is 64, 65, somewhere around that, but they come and work part-time even after they retire, and help be a supporting teacher in the classroom. So they are not running the show, and they come and work as a part-time teacher. So even after the age of 60, some people work as that. They don't want the entire burden of doing the things alone, calling the shots. Yeah. So this kind of work is nothing mainframe. So this can be done even after you retire or when you're close to retirement. It is that kind of a job which you think of that I don't have much to do. Let's go and work. Let's go and help the children. Let's go and assist the teachers. ALT job is that. So it is nothing like mainline work or anything. Hence, the salary, the pay is just nominal. If you are a single earner in your family, then this salary is not going to cut it. You need at least 2 people, husband and wife, to work as a couple. Even for a family of 2, it's going to barely do it. You have to really ration your spendings. But if you work with the Board of Education directly, the pay increases by 50%, and that is quite something. Then if you are running a family of 2 with the salary of 1 person, you can manage. There will be some savings at the end. Still you have to think with the rent and the utilities and all that. But you cannot run a family of 4 even if you work with the Board of Education. So this job is one of those jobs which you can volunteer for and get paid a nominal pay for assisting the teachers and helping the students in their pronunciation. So don't look at this job as a mainframe work. It is good as a beginner when you just graduate from college. You want to get a feel of the public schools, learn more Japanese, because the most important thing the most number one thing that you take away from this is Japanese listening, the accent. You're listening to the Japanese language 8 hours every day, so your Japanese will be great. At least the listening ability and the framing of the sentences, you will get it slowly. But your contribution is limited. So don't think that you're there as the sole person who is going to make a difference. It's not going to work that way. You're only allowed to contribute as much as is asked of you. Some teachers or some schools prefer that you make the lesson plan and you go on and teach in some cases, not every day, sometimes, and that is when you have some control over the class. But what is expected of you is to bring native level language, at least fluency or fluent level to the class, and be able to pronounce the English words, here in this case the American pronunciation. But sometimes we use British because the ALTs come from far and wide, everywhere, all different nations, so they have their own pronunciation. But the most important thing is the right pronunciation. And of course there are more than 2 or 3 different pronunciations for a word, but being able to say that as it is without using katakana, limiting the use of katakana, is what you're trying to do. And so all these things, what I just said, can be done even as a volunteer. And right now I see this job as kind of a volunteer work, where you get paid for your volunteering for a non-profit organization. They still pay you some nominal amount. So that is what the ALT dispatch companies are. You work for a nominal amount. So don't expect any savings at the end of the month unless you are really stingy with your money, which is the way to go if you are a sole earner. Yeah. The only thing I will say right now, that this kind of work, when you're new in Japan and you have some English basis and your command on the English language is quite fair, this can be done as a beginning, as getting into the teaching industry, and then you jump up or bump up to the Board of Education, try giving interviews and climb the ladder. But at the same time, work on your Japanese. If you're planning to live here for n number of years, work on your Japanese. That will only help you more and more. And now with the changing immigration laws and all, you at least need an N2 degree in JLPT, N2 level, to be even considered for, I think, permanent residency and all that. So if any of you are planning that, then please be ready with N2 sooner than later. So yeah, that's my plan next to take the N2. So working in public schools is really good to learn Japanese language for you. It's good for you. As far as this job goes, the whole purpose of this video is, don't think of yourself as doing any kind of a major difference. The only focus should be to help the students, to encourage them not to use katakana, because once you use katakana, the entire purpose is defeated. There is no more right pronunciation. The pronunciation changes, and hence no katakana, just the way it is, and repetition will help. That's all. Now the textbooks that they give us, they're also available in the digital format, so the students, when they go home, they can access those textbooks via the QR code and practice at home. So also that needs to be pointed out. So only what you are doing is helping them achieve the level of pronunciation by being present in the class. That is all. And this kind of work can also be done as a volunteer. That's what I wanted to put out. Those are my feelings, my thoughts on this assistant language teaching position in Japan. Yeah, it's a lot of money that the Japanese government is spending on this kind of work, and I don't know how many more years this will continue, but don't rely on this. Don't rely on this work. It can just stop, or if they started it, they can stop it, right? So yeah, always work on your Japanese. Go up in the levels, N2, N1, try to get better jobs with the Board of Education directly, or if your English is also good, and then when you achieve N2, you can get into interpretation jobs. Yeah, and of course, so whatever mastery you have in, whatever command in the field that you have in, you can get into that field. But the level of Japanese should be good. You need to have that. And of course, if you now from a general point of view, if you plan to live in any country, it is always good to know the language of that nation. It will only help you get ahead in life. Stay with the people of that nation. Get out of your comfort zone. Stay with those people. Get to know the people, the culture, their habits. Yeah, that's how you blend with your neighbors. Try to join a neighborhood association. It's called Jichikai. Jichikai. Yeah. So, yeah. My honest thoughts on assistant language teacher position in Japan. So, that's all for this video, and I have written down some more different subjects that I want to, the topics that I want to talk about, and yeah, in maybe tomorrow or day after, I will make another video with a particular subject in mind. So that's all from me from Chiba, Japan, and this is Oami Shirasato. Okay, see you guys. Take care, stay safe. Sayonara.